Get loose.
Is that loose enough?
You're ready.
I'm ready.
He's ready.
I'm ready. All right, we're done. Cool. Good video.
First video.
First video. Don't you have Gran Turismo to play? Get out. Go home. All right, now I think we're actually ready. You're doing great, by the way, Neri. What's up, everyone? I'm Sam. You probably have no idea who I am. So who in the world is this handsome devil sitting in front of you? Well, let me hit you with some info. I'm the kind of guy who believes pineapple belongs on pizza, JDM cars are the bestest cars, and RBs sound better than JZs. Also, drift cars should look like show cars, and wiener dogs are the best dogs. You also don't need a crazy shop and a lift to work on your car. Also, any car style can be sick as long as it's executed well and truly expresses what the owner is going for. I'm also kind of opinionated, to be honest, so you'll absolutely hear my thoughts, and I'm gonna tell you how it is. If your hoopty is clapped, I'm gonna say it, and that's about the 10-second summary of me. Before we get started today, be sure to swing over to fitmentindustries.com for any of your wheels, tires, or suspension needs. And if you aren't sure what you'd like, we even have the largest gallery ever to find the perfect fitment and setup for your car. The concept of this series is to tell y'all if something is worth it or not. It's that simple. And also, I've been around the block a time or two, so I know a thing or two about a thing or two, if that makes any sense. So today, we're talking about rep wheels. Yeah, first video here, and they gave me a spicy one to start with. So let's define what a rep wheel is to start with. So rep is short for replica, which is, I know, some big brain stuff we're starting over here, right? Anyways, rep wheels are replicas of other wheels for usually sought after iconic designs either currently in production or out of production. A rep wheel will usually try to look almost identical to the real one. There are a few tiny tweaks here and there. Usually though, that's because of the manufacturing process of the rep wheel being different than the original wheel. An example of that could be something like a cast wheel versus a forged wheel, or a single piece wheel versus a multi-piece wheel. We'll get into that a little bit more later. I gotta come clean though. I definitely have a set of wheels that look a whole lot like SSR Viennas, but definitely don't say SSR on them. You heard it here, folks. I've got a set of reps, so if you feel like I'm dogging anything here, I'm dogging myself. Before we keep moving, I've got to say this because I've seen y'all in Facebook groups, Reddit, and TikTok calling wheels reps just because you haven't heard of them. They aren't some crazy OG JDM AF wheel. There are new wheel companies coming out with original designs. It's crazy, right? Like new companies doing new stuff. Those aren't reps just because you haven't heard of them though. They're new wheels, new companies doing new stuff, and our iPad just shut down. So now I got a little bit learned, so let's keep on going through this. So some of the OG brands that are never ever considered reps according to the internet are along lines of Work, Volk, and BBS. However, brands, even the big OG brands I mentioned, can be inspired by other wheels and take some liberties of their own. For example, the new Volk 21A that was recently announced has some design similarities to BBS pointed out by all of you on the internet. I think that new Volk wheel is an absolutely killer wheel and would love to have a set in my R32 Skyline, but there are similarities that can be seen in that wheel, something similar to the BBS LM in my opinion, and also yours from what I've seen online as well. So if you still aren't following what a rep is, let's go through a quick example. The world freaking loves Pokemon cards right now, and I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the new currency and I'll be buying lunch for like a Squirtle card or something soon. The world also loves to flame people who are opening up fake packs of Pokemon cards, especially anyone trying to make them appear as if they're real cards. It's super cool to have the real Pokemon cards, and it's super not cool to have the fakes reps. You kind of see where I'm going here? But it ain't all about looking cool. There's some real science and craftsmanship that goes into making wheels. Ask me how I know. We have a Novia. It's crazy how involved making quality wheels is. Gels is amazing. He literally designs them like right over there and sits right over there doing that. So the Volk TE37 didn't become one of the most popular wheels ever just because it looked cool. The TE37 stands for Touring Evolution 3.7 kilograms. Now 3.7 kilograms is about 8 pounds in freedom units. That's super light, even the 15-inch diameter was introduced in to go racing, which is the purpose that wheel is designed for. There's a lot of R&D that goes into wheels like the TE37 to make them as light and especially durable as they are so they can be used on the track and on the street with confidence. I track my car personally, and I feel much more relaxed when I drop one of my Volks, Advans, or Works off the track compared to those SSR Viennas, the reps I mentioned before. That's because of the quality and the durability that brands with Volk, Advan, and Work print on them are known for due to the R&D involved in the creation of those wheels. Side note, I also just can't wait to run a Novias this year. They're made to bend, not crack, by the way, if you haven't heard that. We've proven this with some of our ambassadors, and I can't wait to give you a first-hand review later this year. Speaking of cracks, the quality control on rep wheels is typically lacking compared to the real wheels they are designed to look like. At first glance, you'll notice the finish isn't as baller as the real wheels. You might be getting PVD instead of real chrome that you get on the real wheel. The paint on that rep also might be a little wavy and not as deep or durable as you'll see on the real wheel, and it might crack or flake off a little bit easier. Beauty is deeper than the skin deep though, and under that PVD or thin paint is going to be a whole different set of materials and manufacturing processes used to make that wheel. This can get very, very different from what the real wheel was done from the manufacturing process. You might be getting a cast wheel more porous than SpongeBob SquarePants from Bikini Bottom. That means you have pockets of air that will make the wheel weak and much, much easier to crack or even explode. Seriously, I've seen it. It's hilarious to watch someone's wheel explode at the track. Not cool to be that guy, but it's really funny to watch it. With that rep, you also might be getting a monoblock cast wheel with fake hardware on it to make it look like that multi-piece wheel designed for the real wheel. That hardware is probably glued on bolt heads that aren't quite the same as the real deal and process used to make multi-piece wheels you all know and love. So what happens when you're ready to move on and get a different set of wheels? I'm an enthusiast. I buy and sell wheels like crazy. I'm selling them to try to get different ones. Anyways, when you sell those wheels, you're going to post those reps up for sale, and I guarantee you that you'll get a fraction of the price you paid to buy those wheels. Reps just don't hold their value for the same reasons I outlined above. Real wheels will hold their value and sometimes even appreciate in value. The Blitz 03 is an extreme example, and we've seen prices on those wheels skyrocket lately. However, I'm just gonna tell you guys, the Blitz 03 is cool. Top secret here, the Blitz 01 is my favorite Blitz wheel, by the way. It looks so good and period correct in the proper build. Blitz 01 is the way to go. Blitz 03, old news, fight me. So are rep wheels worth it? That's what we came here to answer and why you clicked on this video to watch it. If you're on a budget and funds are the issue, I totally get it, and that does limit your options out there. And frankly, if you just don't care about the original design, I get that too. Sometimes the real wheel is out of production and it's a tough wheel to find. To each their own, and I get it. But if you can spend an extra couple of bucks, there are a ton of non-rep options out there for you with all the benefits I talked about before. Quality, durability, reliability, and of course, some better street cred comes with it. A lot of the major brands out there have a lineup of wheels falling into all sorts of budget categories. A few $100s might seem like a lot, but trust me, just save up those pennies, put them in your piggy bank a little bit, it's worth it. That will get you into the game and you won't regret it. This was kind of a controversial topic, and especially for our first video for me on the channel, but that's what I want us to do and go through together. I truly appreciate you guys watching this, and this is my first video on the channel. I never thought I'd get to do this for a job and can't wait to see where this series goes. Don't forget to swing by fitmentindustries.com to check out all the wheels, tires, and suspension we have in stock and ready to ship to you right now. Peace out, guys. I'm Sam.